Hi everybody, this is Mr. Szczepanik, and this is going to be lecture 1 on energy flow and nutrient cycling in our ecology unit. This lecture is called Energy in Ecosystems, and it's a background basics of how energy flows. So one of the most important things you have to know is that matter and energy are very different. Matter can be recycled. Energy, it cannot. Energy flows, matter cycles. That's a term I'll use a lot in this unit. So if we're constantly having this flow in and out of energy, well, we've got to have an inflow from somewhere. And most of that is from that large glowing thing up in the sky called our sun. There are some other cases like chemioautotrophs and those kind of things. But that energy is going to be captured into the bonds of molecules, into high energy bonds of molecules. Well, cells will be able to convert that into ATP, and that is a high energy molecule that a lot of the cells, almost every one of our cells, uses as their energy currency. It's almost their way to pay the bills to do certain things that the cell needs to do. So here we go, right from the beginning. We got light that will power photosynthesis. The energy is used to power photosynthesis, which is going to take inorganic molecules and convert them into organic molecules. It also produces oxygen. And then when we want to break down those organic molecules into carbon dioxide and water, that process is cellular respiration. One of the major reasons we do cellular respiration is to generate ATP. Okay, a little bit more about this energy in the ecosystem. So ATP is going to be that energy currency. It's going to be used to drive all the biological processes in the cell. But ultimately, again, all energy is going to be lost eventually as heat into the atmosphere. So here we go. Cellular respiration creates ATP, and ATP is going to be used to do all of these things for cells and for life. First one, static biomass. That's all the life forms on the planet. Biomass, the amount of mass of life, if you will, on the planet. Then the growth and repair of new tissues to be able to move, muscle contraction, flagellum movement, active transport, which is the ability to move molecules from an area of low concentration to high concentration. More on that later. And then to build new macromolecules like proteins. Well, all of these will end up losing heat energy. So we have to constantly get this new influx of energy. All right, so these energy transformations, how do they happen? So we're going to start first with the green plants and algae, some bacteria. They produce glucose in the process of photosynthesis. I know you've been probably learning about photosynthesis since you were a wee lad, but now we're going to get a little bit more detailed in how it works. So chemical energy stored in glucose will end up fueling all the chemical reactions in the cell. Now what that means, chemical energy stored in glucose, all the bonds in that molecule glucose hold energy. They hold potential energy. When we break those bonds, that forms, release that energy into kinetic energy. So that's why we say it's stored. So photosynthesis that occurs in the oceans is vital to life on Earth because it also provides oxygen. And it absorbs carbon dioxide. Next unit we're going to talk about how we need to really reabsorb that carbon dioxide. Cellular respiration kind of reverses that process. Organisms break down the organic molecules like glucose and release the energy in a usable form of ATP. Alright, so energy inputs and outputs. So first off, you need to know that we're all classified, all life is classified in how they get their energy. We have producers, those organisms that do photosynthesis or create their own organic molecules from inorganic molecules. Consumers, they have to eat preformed organic molecules. They have to consume them. So producers can make those organic molecules. Consumers have to consume preformed organic molecules. Now, consumers, we can break them down even further. Herbivores will only eat plants. Carnivores, only animals. Omnivores will eat both. Detrivores will eat dead, decaying matter. And decomposers will return the energy from will obtain the energy and return that energy back into the earth. Okay, that's it. Lesson 1 is done.